My wife wants to meet you urgently. And when she said that, I saw something in her eyes, a flicker of curiosity wrapped in fear. She knows there's something about you that no one can explain, something that doesn't belong in the polite order of royal life. She wants to understand why I'm restless in her presence, why I stare into the distance as if someone's calling my name from another world. She doesn't know that the name she can't say is yours. She doesn't know that every time she reaches for my hand, I'm thinking of the warmth I once felt from yours. You've become the silence between every word I speak. Even when I'm sitting beside her, I'm living inside the echo of your absence. She feels it. She senses the pull I can't hide anymore. Maybe that's why she wants to meet you. Maybe she thinks she can end this madness by facing its source, but she doesn't realize there's no ending what was never meant to fade. You're not a chapter in my story, you're the ink itself. Everything written after you is stained by your shadow. I can imagine the scene already. Two women, both tied to my name in different ways, one by vows, one by fire, one who wears my crown and one who carries my soul. She wants answers, but what will I tell her? That I can't breathe without you? That your silence is louder than her affection? That even her kindness feels like a cage compared to your chaos? No truth I speak will set her free, because she isn't the one who haunts me. You are. And there's no reasoning with obsession once it's taken root. Sometimes I wonder if you'll even agree to meet her. You always had that defiant calm, that cruel grace that made me lose control. Maybe you'll refuse just to remind me that you still hold power over me. Or maybe you'll meet her and say nothing. Let your eyes speak the truth I've been hiding, because your gaze has always been more dangerous than your words. It exposes me, strips me down, until I'm no longer a prince, no longer a husband, just a man who can't stop wanting what destroys him. You might think I'm afraid of what she'll learn about us, but I'm not. Let her see. Let her feel what it's like to stand near you, to sense that quiet storm that pulls everyone closer, even when they know they shouldn't. Maybe then she'll understand why I'm lost, why no amount of loyalty or promise could drown out the memory of you. Because what I feel for you doesn't belong to this world. It's too raw, too consuming. It's something that even love doesn't define anymore. She said she wants to talk woman to woman, as if words could untangle the chaos you've left behind. But you and I both know this isn't a story of explanations. It's a story of inevitability. There's no clean ending here, no forgiveness, no closure, just the truth that no matter how many crowns I wear or vows I make, I'll always return to you. Because you don't belong to my past. You are my present, even in your absence. And when she meets you, I know what will happen. She'll see in your eyes the reflection, the man she's lost to something she'll never understand. She'll see the quiet possession that exists between us, unspoken but undeniable. And she'll realize that no matter how much I try to be hers, my heart, dark, flawed, and burning, was never hers to claim. It was always yours, and it still is. You have no idea what her eyes looked like when she said your name. There was no accusation, no rage, just confusion, like she was staring at a ghost that existed between us. She doesn't know what kind of spell you've cast on me, what kind of pull has wrapped itself around my veins. She thinks it's something simple, something that can be reasoned with. But how do I explain that you've become a presence in my every breath? That no matter how much distance I create, I still feel you in the rhythm of my heartbeat, in the weight of my silence, in the emptiness of every night that doesn't have your voice in it. You live inside me now, and that's what she senses even when I say nothing. You've become the reason I stare at walls for too long, the reason I drift into thoughts I can't share. She feels it when I touch her, when I pretend to listen, because my touch doesn't belong to her anymore. It belongs to the memory of you. You've claimed the parts of me no one else could reach, the pieces buried under the mask of roti, the darkness I never let anyone see. You took it without permission, and I never wanted it back. Do you know what it means for me to tell her I can't control this? It's humiliation. A prince is never supposed to lose control, but I did. The moment you looked at me like you could see the man behind the title, I fought wars, handled power, faced betrayal, but I couldn't fight you. You disarmed me with silence, destroyed me with your absence. You didn't need weapons, you became one. And now I'm standing between two worlds, one that expects me to rule and one that demands I surrender. I wonder what you'll say when she stands before you. Maybe you'll stay quiet just like you always do, and that silence will burn through her like it burns through me. Or maybe you'll smile, that same faint, cruel smile that says you know exactly what kind of chaos you've caused. She'll try to see weakness in you, but she won't find any, because your strength isn't loud. It's quiet, unrelenting, and terrifying. You don't fight for power, power bends around you. And she'll feel that. She'll finally understand why I could never escape you. I told her she doesn't need to fear you, but maybe that was a lie. Maybe even I fear you, just not in the way she thinks. I fear the way you've made me addicted to pain, to longing, to the parts of myself I didn't know existed before you. I fear that no matter how much I try to rebuild, I'll always end up tracing your ghost in every reflection. You made me taste something deeper than love, something primal, consuming, and irreversible. That's the kind of fear no crown can protect me from. You once said I'd forget you when duty called. But here I am, breaking vows and defying blood for a shadow that won't let me go. I still hear your voice when I close my eyes. I still see you in the dark corners of every dream. And even though you're not here, you haunt me like a curse I've learned to live with. I tell myself I'm free, but I'm not. You're in every breath I take, every silence I endure, every heartbeat that refuses to slow down when I think of you. She wants to meet you because she believes she can fix this and this, confront this thing between us, but she doesn't understand this isn't something to end. This isn't a phase or a secret. This is destiny in its cruelest form. You and I were never meant to have peace. We were meant to burn quietly across lifetimes, to destroy everything we touch until there's nothing left but truth. And when she finally stands before you, she'll see it in your eyes. The reason I lost everything and still don't regret it. Because losing the world means nothing when I've already belonged to you. She doesn't understand that meeting you won't bring her clarity. It'll bring her destruction. Because no one stands before you and remains untouched. You don't speak with words, you speak with presence. You draw people in, even when they know they shouldn't look too long. I know exactly what will happen when her eyes meet yours. She'll feel that same magnetic pull, that same inexplicable gravity that ripped me away from reason. She'll understand, too late, that you were never competition, you were fate, and no one competes with fate. They surrender to it. You'll stand there, calm and distant, and she'll see in your silence what I've been trying to hide. She'll see the truth that has been devouring me from the inside. She'll see how my voice trembles when I speak your name, how my restraint collapses in your memory. And maybe in that moment, she'll realize something painful. She never had all of me. Because even when I was beside her, I was somewhere else, somewhere closer to you. somewhere I couldn't come back from. There are nights when I imagine you two in the same room. You won't need to say anything. Your eyes will tell her everything, that you've been the storm beneath my calm, the shadow behind my crown. She'll see what I saw the first time I met you, then disguised as beauty, chaos wrapped in serenity. She'll sense that you're not here to explain or defend anything. You're simply a truth that exists, one that has already rewritten my world. And I think that's what will break her. Not your words, but your existence. You once told me love shouldn't hurt, but what I feel for you was never love in its gentle form. It's something deeper, darker, untamed. It's the kind of thing that destroys boundaries and redefines sanity. You became my addiction, my ruin, my peace, all at once. And now, no matter how much I try to hide it behind titles and duties, it leaks through every part of me. She can sense it when I breathe. She can hear it in the silence between my words. Every part of me screams your name, even when I try to whisper hers. I told myself that meeting you again would make things easier, that maybe facing you would set me free. But deep down, I know it won't, because freedom isn't what I want anymore. I don't want escape. I want you. I want the ache, the longing, the madness. I want the pull that keeps me awake at night and the fire that burns through reason. You've become the part of me that I can't cut out, no matter how many times I try. And I don't even want to, because without you, I'm just an empty shell wearing a crown. She thinks I'm still hers because of the vows, the appearances, the expectations. But vows mean nothing when the heart has already been claimed. You didn't ask for mine. You took it. You reached inside me and rewired the way I breathe, the way I think, the way I exist. And now, every attempt to live without you feels like suffocating in daylight. You became my shadow, my consequence, my truth. And no matter how far I go, I always end up walking toward you. When she meets you, maybe she'll understand that this isn't betrayal. It's inevitability. You and I were carved from the same darkness, drawn together by something no one else can comprehend. She'll see it, feel it, and maybe in her silence, she'll finally accept what I've known for so long, that you were never a choice. You were a curse I wanted to keep. And even if it means losing everything, my name, my crown, my honor, I'll keep choosing you again and again. Because some obsessions aren't meant to be cured. They're meant to be lived, even if they destroy everything else. She'll walk into that room believing she's the one in control, believing she's confronting a woman who took something that was hers. But you'll stand there, untouched by guilt, untouched by fear, and everything she believes will begin to crumble, because you won't need to explain a single thing. The silence between you will do that for you. The energy in the air will shift, and she'll feel it. The weight of your presence, the undeniable truth that whatever exists between us is something she can never undo. You'll just stand there, and without even speaking, you'll take everything from her that she thought she still had. You have that power, that quiet, merciless power. The kind that doesn't need permission, the kind that doesn't ask for forgiveness. It's what drew me to you in the first place. You never begged to be understood, never fought to be loved. You simply were, and that was enough to make the world bend. I've seen kings tremble in the face of politics, men break under expectations. But you defy all of it without even trying, and that's what she'll see. That's what will haunt her long after the meeting is over. I imagine you look at her the way you look at everyone, steady, unreadable, with that sharp gaze that feels like it's peeling away every layer until there's nothing left but truth. She'll see herself reflected in your calm, and she'll hate it, because in that stillness, she'll realize something she's never wanted to face. I never belonged to her. I never could. The part of me that once loved peace, order, loyalty, it died the day I met you. You took the rest and I let you. You don't even need to speak to remind me who I am when I'm with you. You've always known how to reach me without words. It's in the way your silence challenges me, the way your absence consumes me, the way your memory lingers in my veins like poison and prayer at once. Every time I try to forget you, I find you again in the spaces between my thoughts. It's maddening, this hold you have, but it's also the only thing that feels real anymore. Everything else, my crown, my promises, my marriage, feels like a performance I no longer believe in. She'll try to read your intentions, maybe even your face, searching for remorse or weakness, but she won't find either. You'll look at her with that quiet knowing, as if you already understand that you've won without ever needing to fight. Because this isn't about possession, it's about gravity. You're the pull I can't escape. You're the center I orbit even when I pretend I'm free. She'll see that, and it'll break her in ways I never could. And when the meeting ends, when she walks away, she'll know the truth that neither of us ever said aloud. She's been living with a ghost. Because I was never fully there. Not really. My body may have stayed, but my soul, it's been with you all along. Every thought, every heartbeat, every moment of silence, it all leads back to you. That's the part she'll never forgive. Not you, not me, not the truth itself. She'll leave that room knowing that some things aren't stolen. They're surrendered willingly, and maybe that's what you'll want her to understand. That I didn't fall for you by accident. I didn't get lost in you. I chose to stay lost because in this dark, dangerous, consuming bond, I found something I could never find in the light myself. You showed me the parts of me I was raised to bury, the hunger I was told to hide, the madness I was ordered to silence. You didn't destroy me, you revealed me, and even if it costs me everything, I'll never regret it, because being yours, even from a distance, feels more real than anything else in this world.